Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I will be doing the ears, the legs, and the assembly of this crochet elephant. First, we are going to start on the ears. For each ear, we will be crocheting one white circle, and then close and cut the yarn, and then we will crochet one circle of the body color, but we will not be cutting the yarn. And then we will crochet both of these together using the body color. So first we will be doing a white circle. So with the white or cream yarn, in round 1 we do 6 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2 we will do 6 increases, which will bring us up to 12 stitches for round 2. In round 3 we do a single crochet, then an increase, and we repeat that 6 times to get 18 stitches. In round 4, it's 2 single crochet, then an increase, and we do that 6 times to get 24 stitches. In round 5, it's 3 single crochet, then an increase, and we repeat that 6 times to get 30 stitches. Round 6 is the last round of the circle, and that's 4 single crochet, then increase, and we do that 6 times to get 36 stitches. After round 6, we can cut the yarn and pull the tail through. I will be crocheting over this tail later, but if you prefer, you can weave it into this piece. Now I will be making a blue circle exactly the same, but without cutting the yarn at the end, and I'll do this off camera. Now I have my blue circle, and I'm going to join it to the white one. First, we are going to turn the circle around so that that tail from the magic ring is facing you. Then we are going to place the white circle on top of the blue circle with the back sides together, so the tails from the magic rings will be facing each other. Then we are going to go into that last single crochet in the white circle and the last single crochet in the blue circle. And then do a single crochet. It doesn't really matter which stitch you start in over here, because we will be folding it over for the ear later. And then we will just single crochet around, going through both pieces. So this is the last single crochet, and then I just like to close it with a slip stitch. And then we can cut the yarn and pull the tail through. Make sure to leave a bit of a tail here for sewing onto the head. Once again, you will need to make 2 of these ears in total. Now we are going to start on the front legs. In round 1, it's 6 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's 6 increases, which brings you to 12 stitches. In round 3, we will be working in the back loops only, and we will do 12 single crochet around. In round 4, we will be working in both loops again. And it's 2 single crochet, then a decrease, and we repeat that 3 times to get 9 stitches. For rounds 5 to 10, so that's 6 rounds, we will just be doing 9 single crochet around, and I will do this off camera. Now we can stuff the leg, and I like to do this quite firmly because the legs on this elephant are movable. In the last round, so round 11, it's a single crochet, then a decrease, and we repeat that 3 times to get 6 stitches. Now we can cut the yarn and pull the tail through. I like to add a little bit more stuffing here just to make the leg extra firm. Now we can sew the hole closed by going through each of the 6 stitches from the last round through the front loops. pull tight to close the hole, and then insert the needle in the center and just bring that tail through to a few points on the leg. Once again, you will need to make 2 of these legs. For the back legs, we will be starting with white yarn. And in round 1, it's 6 single crochet in a magic ring. In round 2, it's 6 increases, which brings you to a total of 12 stitches. In round 3, we will be working in the back loops only and do 12 single crochet around. Now we will do a color change to the body color, and I like to do that halfway through the previous stitch. Now we will start working in both loops again, and for the next 8 rounds, so that's rounds 4 to 11, it's just 12 single crochet around. And I'll be doing this off camera. Now we are going to stuff the leg. Once again, I like to stuff the leg quite firmly because it is going to be movable. For the last round, which is round 12, it is just 6 decreases. Now we can cut the yarn, making sure to leave a tail for sewing the hole closed. Once again, I like to add a little bit more stuffing at this point just to make it firmer. Sew the hole closed the same way as before, going into each of the 6 stitches from the last round. And then we can just pull that tail through to a few places on the leg to secure it. Once again, you will need to make 2 of these back legs. To start the assembly, I'm going to be sewing on the ears. I like to have the ears folded over, but you can have them on straight if you wish. I like to place the ears 2 or 3 rounds from the top of the head on either side. Once you have the ear in position, you can grab a stitch from the head and go up into both sides of the ear, and then down into both sides of the next stitch, and then grab another stitch from the head, and then back up into the ear, and repeat this across a few stitches until the ear is secure. Once the ear is secure, you can insert the needle and pull the tail through to the back of the head. Now we can leave that there while we do the second ear in exactly the same way. As you're sewing the ear on, just stop and check every now and then to make sure that it's symmetrical with the first ear. Once the ear is secure, we can pull that tail through to the same place on the back of the head. Double knot the tails together and then cut the tails and just insert that knot into the head itself. Next we will sew on the front legs, and you will need about 30 centimeters or 1 foot of yarn. Insert the yarn 4 or 5 rounds down from the neck on the side of the body and through to the opposite side 4 or 5 rounds down. Then we insert the needle 3 rounds down from the top of the arm through to the opposite side of the arm. Go over 1 stitch and back to that same point on the arm, and then back through that same stitch on the body, and through to the other side at the same point where we inserted the needle the first time. Then 3 rounds down on the next arm, through to the other side. We go 1 stitch up and back to that same back stitch on the arm. Then you can pull the tails nice and tight and knot them together. Pull tight again and then do a second knot. Now we can thread those tails through the needle and just insert them into the body, which will pull that knot into the body itself. My yarn tails were actually a little bit short here, so I had to do it twice. Now the arms should be movable, and we are going to sew the legs on in exactly the same way. Place the legs in a sitting position to see where you'd like them to be on the body. Mine are usually 4 or 5 rounds from the bottom. And we are going to sew it on in exactly the same way, going through one side, then the other, then through the legs 3 rounds from the top, then back into the body, and repeat on the other side. Now once again, we can pull tight and knot those two tails together. And pull tight again and do a second knot. And then thread those yarn tails into the body, which pulls that knot inside the piece. Next, we are going to crochet the tail. I like to crochet the tail about 4 or 5 rounds from the bottom. Insert your hook where you want the tail to be through one stitch. Then pull through the yarn. And now we are going to chain 5. If you want the tail to be longer, you can chain more over here. Now, starting in the second chain from the hook, we are going to single crochet back towards the body. Because I did 5 chains, I will be doing 4 single crochet. After your 4 single crochet, you can cut the yarn. Now we can pull the tail through and double knot the two pieces together. Then, just like with the legs, I like to take those tails and insert them back into the piece just to pull that knot into the body. Now lastly, to finish the elephant off, I like to add some white to the eyes, just to make them stand out a little bit. So you'll need about 30 centimeters or 1 foot of the white or cream yarn, and then insert it as close as possible just above that safety eye. Pull it around and then insert the needle as close as possible under that eye. Then go through to the opposite side and just push that yarn behind the safety eye. Then we do the same on this side. Insert the needle as close as possible at the top and bring it through to where we started. Once again, we just push the yarn behind the eye. Now we can knot those tails together and cut the tails and insert the knot into the piece. And that is your crochet elephant completed. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.